And being pranked in those calls, we just watched the guy in Pittsburgh.
Ralph Williams.
His name is Ralph Williams, and it made me wonder what he's up to today. Hopefully he's still doing shows and has risen above the criticism he received back then.
Oh, well, yeah. He's probably evolved as a broadcaster. And, yeah, I'm sure it's nothing. Much like us, I'm sure he's become something much greater than that now.
Yes, as they say, you learn something new every day. So imagine 30 years, every day learning something, especially plying your trade.
Yeah.
He should have, one would assume, he has learned a lot and is now applying everything he's learned to his broadcasting career. Well, he is still doing shows.
Oh.
He's still at the Pittsburgh Public Access game, but he also has a YouTube channel.
Well, there you go.
And on this channel, he does 3 shows, Chris.
Well, it sounds like he's doing great.
Sounds fantastic. One is called Sports Corner with Ralph Williams.
Well, much like his old show.
Right. Let's take a look at that one first, and let's see how things are going on over there.
Good evening. Welcome to Sports Corner with me, Ralph Williams, and it's great to have all of you watchers tonight who watch Twitch. It's great to be on your network now. I'm on Facebook Live. I'm on YouTube Live and now Twitch Live. So it's great to be on Twitch tonight. We have a lot to talk about tonight, but first we're going to start off with my special guest, Tad Maury, who is the color analyst for Duquesne football and basketball, along with Alex Benarmius. And Tad, welcome to the show.
Ralph, thanks for having me.
Oh, no.
No problem.
No. All right.
Yeah, that gives us flashbacks.
Yeah.
I can't listen to any of that.
Now, that to me seems like something, it's a simple fix.
Okay.
Once you find out that's happening, it's very easily addressed.
Yeah.
And no, this man is a guest of Ralph's for 17 minutes.
Yeah.
And that echo does not go away.
And, yeah, Jim, can you back up to the last second of that clip for us? Because there's a couple other things I want to point out. A, Steve, maybe not go with the close shot. You know? Like, I don't know that close-up shot is his friend.
Yeah, it's not very flattering.
Because he hasn't... We've already established in the 90s he was being accused of being overweight. Right. And he hasn't lost, apparently, any of the weight. No,
it's very unflattering. It looks like the guest would echo this question. Why will you not free Han Solo from the Lucite?
He does look like that. And also, I guess you're not going to see it in this shot, but Jim, can you go ahead in this clip? Or this video, or can you not do that? But just go ahead like 30 minutes. Okay, there it is. Yes, freeze it. This drove me nuts. Why not close the closet door? Those 4 inches that's open on the right drove me nuts the entire last half of the show. And I don't know what that black clothes tree looking thing is, but why not move that out of the way as well?
Maybe that's something that's prohibiting the door from being fully closed.
Yeah, whatever it is, man, make yourself a proper backdrop. It's the little things, you know?
Right. Okay. So I said Ralph Williams has 3 shows on his YouTube channel.
And that was only one of them.
Yeah, that was only one. Another show is called Talking Wrestling. And the other one, the one we're going to get into for a bit, is called The Way I See It with Ralph Williams.
Oh, boy.
Now, that to me, The Way I See It, that's something a doof would name his show.
That reminds me of Rush Limbaugh's book, The Way Things Ought to Be.
The Way Things Ought to Be, yeah. It's as simplistic as, there ought to be a law with Ralph Williams.
Yeah.
Man. So, anyway, this cat, and we didn't have to go too far back to find this. This past week, Ralph Williams shared a few stories out of his life. In fact, that's what he calls this segment in The Way I See It. He calls it Life Stories.
Oh, okay.
His life stories, by the way, tend to be food-related rants.
Well, just looking at it, it looks... Are we seeing this, Jim, or no?
Not yet.
Not yet? All right, well, let's go. See, now, just seeing it, it looks like he took our advice and panned out a little bit.
Yeah.
Dimmed the lighting, good move. and got a solid color background. So right now I'm thinking he's made some good adjustments.
Improvements.
Yeah, I like the way this is going. Let's take a look.
All right.
Always do. Okay. But this interesting weekend, it was my birthday. Saturday was my birthday. I turned 54 years old on Saturday. And Saturday, we decided, my wife, my mom, and I, to go to the casino. So we did. We go to the casino, and come to find out, is something very interesting here, that the buffet restaurant is not reopening. Okay, so those of you out there who really like the buffet restaurant, which I liked, and some other folks liked, a lot of other folks liked, okay, it's not going to be there anymore. I've even been there for Thanksgiving. They have a very nice Thanksgiving spread. Better than Golden Corral's, because I've been to Golden Corral for Thanksgiving, and food's a little too salty for my taste.
All right.
But anyway,
Can we pause
Go
it?
to Golden Corral for Christmas or Thanksgiving.
That's just sad, man. I mean, I don't even want to say anything else. Golden Corral on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that's got to be.
Yeah. You know what, Jim? Give me a couple years, I'll probably be there too. So, who am I to say?
Listen, I just feel like everybody's my family.
Yeah. I've never eaten at a Golden Corral.
No, me neither.
I have eaten at, there used to be a chain called the Old Country Buffet,
Yeah.
and it was just god awful. I mean, Jim, have you ever been
Can
there?
I chime in on that?
Yeah.
I actually think they had the best fried chicken around. I'm not kidding you. The rest of the food was garbage, but that fried chicken was top notch.
You know, I will say, if you're going to run a buffet, you got to have at least one thing that's really good.
Yeah.
And then if people like that, then they're okay because at least they're getting one thing they like. Yeah. All right. Some valid points, I guess.
All right. So, the buffet was closed.
Yeah.
So his quote unquote wife, I don't think they're married, by the way.
I don't know how you would know that, but
I've done some research on this, gents.
oh boy.
So his girlfriend, and his mother, they went elsewhere for dinner, but still inside Rivers Casino.
Yeah.
Let's hear this epic tale. This is part of Life Stories on The Way I See It with Ralph Williams. Pittsburgh's Forgotten Son. By the way, can we tell the folks why he calls himself Pittsburgh's Forgotten Son?
Is it S-U-N or S-O-N? Because I'm thinking he causes eclipses at times. I don't know.
Oh, man. Oh, S-O-N.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know.
Because nobody he has to do the show will do the show.
Oh.
So he considers himself an outsider in Pittsburgh media. Even though he's never done a talk show he hasn't paid to do.
Okay.
All right, so let's see what happens when he goes to the next place in Rivers Casino to enjoy his birthday meal. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Ralph Williams.
the Wheelhouse. Well, I went to eat at the Wheelhouse restaurant. Very reasonable food. I had a steak. I had baked potato, a vegetable medley, and a wedding soup. Everything was good. I didn't have a problem. Had an appetizer.
Oh, an appetizer.
My mom and my wife and I ate there. But here was the kicker at the beginning. Okay. I had to sign up to get a table because they didn't have any available at the time. So they told me 45 minutes to an hour. I said, okay, fine. So I went back out and, did my thing at the casino. All right.
What do you
They
pause
said,
it,
well,
please? What do you think his thing at the casino is? Looking for other buffet restaurants. That's what his thing at the casino is.
All right. Okay.
when your table's ready. So I see the text that says your table's ready at the Wheelhouse, come up. So I get a hold of my mom, I get a hold of my wife. We were in different little areas of the casino. We were close to the Wheelhouse. We come back, we get over there, and I said, look, right here, it says my table's ready. Oh, no, Mr. Williams, your table's not ready. I said, well, what does this say here on my phone? That my table's ready. So this guy here, of course, can't answer my question. I have to go get this manager. Now, this guy, he's probably about 20 years old, maybe 21. Probably his first manager's job or whatever. And he comes up to me and he goes, "Oh, you're lying." He says, "You're lying. There's no way because we don't have you marked here." I said, "I'm lying." I said, "So I got very angry, and I try not to get angry because I don't want to stress myself out." Okay, when you get angry and you get stressed out like that, you lose focus on everything. All right, and I just didn't.
Steve, can we pause? Because I know there's a joke we both want to make, right? As to why this guy was turned away at the buffet restaurant. I mean, come on. They were looking out the window as he walked in from the parking lot. Like, yeah, tell him we're closed.
Yeah, in a casino, isn't the house supposed to win?
There's no way we're letting this guy get anywhere near all you can eat.
But as I understand it, the Wheelhouse is not a buffet.
Well, he had a steak and a baked potato and 2 bowls of soup and an appetizer. Sure.
I want to lose focus on that, and so I really didn't want to get angry, but I did. Because he called me a liar. I said, "Let me tell you something. I'm a deacon in my church. Don't you ever call me a liar." And I said, and then number 2, on top of all this, it's my birthday today, and this is the way you're going to treat me?
Okay, pause.
So he looks at...
Pause. This is my birthday, and this is the way you're going to treat me. Chris, why do you think he brought up that it was his birthday?
I don't know.
Free cake. Undoubtedly.
Yeah.
He brought, and this isn't the first time it comes up in this argument he has with the staff.
Yeah.
It's his birthday.
By the way, if you're a male over the age of 21, no one cares if it's your birthday.
Right.
Yeah, come on.
So let's keep going. There's even more.
My phone, and he goes, "Well, this was from last year." I said, "Sir, I wasn't in this restaurant last year."
Okay, pause. Yeah, so the manager's telling him that this text was from last year. We'll get to that in a minute, Chris. I just wanted people to understand that's
okay.
what he's saying here. Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about. The last time I was at this restaurant was before COVID, and I haven't been here since. So don't sit there and tell me I'm a liar and then I'm just showing you what the date says here. I says, yeah, but again, I was never here for 2 years. So how do you justify trying to tell me that I'm a liar? So then he not only calls me a liar, he says, "Well, your table's not ready yet. You still have to wait." I said, "What part of this don't you understand? Your system." Well, again, like I told you, I said, "But I wasn't here last year." And I mean, I'm like trying to really tell this guy. And then on top of all this, you know what really bothers me? Instead of people trying to help me or stick up for me, they stand there and laugh. They think it's funny. They think, everybody in this society today thinks everything is a joke. And it's not. It's not funny at all.
Okay, pause.
Okay?
Ralph, of course it's funny. Of course they're laughing. And in a moment, we'll get to what obviously happened. And I'm sure you folks have figured it out too. But we'll explain that for the folks who haven't. But yes, people are laughing because you're a fat guy. And there's nothing wrong with or funny about being a fat guy on its own. But if you're a fat guy who argues with restaurant staff over not being served quickly enough, not being given a table so you can eat way too much food quickly enough for your taste, so to speak, that's funny.
Yeah, if you go to a restaurant and your big question is, why is everyone laughing at me? I mean, turn the mirror inward, dude.
It's like the cop pulling over the donut truck.
Okay, let's see some more of Ralph Williams' rant about the Wheelhouse.
And then instead of these people standing there actually doing something to help me, they're laughing about it. They think it's funny. I said, "What are you laughing at? What's so funny about it?" So then I get seated, and I'm sitting down, and I'm saying something about the whole thing, and this guy's sitting at the table laughing in my face, he, like it's funny. I said, "Mister, you think it's really funny, don't you? You really think it's funny that I'm upset because I didn't get my table? Or what would happen if that would happen to you? Would you be now, let me ask you this. Would you appreciate somebody laughing at you?"
Pause. Yeah, well, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be a change of pace.
Yeah. Maybe drop an email every now and then saying how funny they think I am. That'd be great.
We'd appreciate it. Okay, let's continue.
Come on, Pittsburgh. Come on, everybody. Would you appreciate somebody laughing at you when you know you're right? The system said to me on my phone that I had my table ready. And this manager, and I even told him, I said, listen, don't play games with me. I host a podcast. I'll blast you from here next week. He didn't even care.
On this episode.
He didn't even care it was my birthday. That was even the worst part of it all. I says, here, I'll show you my ID. It's my birthday.
Yeah, still angling for that.
He didn't care. All he kept saying was, well, your table's not ready yet, Mr. Williams. Your table's not ready yet, Mr. Williams. I am not a third grader. I understand what you're saying. Do something about it. Okay? It's not my fault that your technology, that your system sent me a notice saying my table is ready. Okay? Not my fault the wrong date's on there. I wasn't at your restaurant last year. So how do you justify me being at your restaurant last year? Okay?
How do you justify being at your
Come on, everybody. What would happen if it happened to you? Let me ask you that question. If it would happen to you.
Pause.
Okay.
Chris, what if it happened to you? What if you saw a text, and let's say in his telling it happened the way he says it happened. You get a text, you're waiting for a table, you get a text, it says, hey, Mr. Morgani, your table's ready.
Sure.
And you show up, and the host says, actually, it isn't. We made a mistake. And how would you react?
My response would be, well, how much longer is it going to be then? And if they told me it's going to be another hour, I would say, you know what, I'm going to go eat somewhere else. However, if there were people laughing at me, I wouldn't know what to make of it.
See, I think it sounds like an honest mistake in his telling.
Yeah.
His telling is not accurate at all. We know that. And it should be obvious to everybody.
Yeah.
But my reaction would be, okay, well, in that case, I'll keep waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honest mistake. We all make mistakes. So let's continue.
Okay? And it's not funny. It's not funny at all. Because the way I see it is if it happened to you, you wouldn't want somebody laughing at you about this. Okay? And especially if someone calls you a liar. A liar. This manager called me a liar.
You know what? Pause it, please. You know what would have been great if the manager, if he'd been like, well, this text is from last year. And the manager would have been like, well, that's a good point, but you're a fat fuck. Like, you're just agreeing with him the whole time. He makes some valid points, but on the other hand,
All right, let's continue.
All right. Casino security.
oh no.
Okay, casino security was good. Parking rates were good. We actually beat the system because they have parking rates for the event. Pit game was going on. Okay.
What's happening here?
It was first of the month. It was still a madhouse at the casino.
Okay, pause. It sounds like
Right.
a date. It sounds like a day where there might have been scarce tables at a restaurant within the casino.
Oh, when he said the pit game was going on, I thought it was like next door. He means people just wanted to go there and watch it.
I guess. Yeah.
I don't know how Pittsburgh is set up, but Steve, have we moved on from what you assumed everyone knew?
Oh no,
Was really okay. All right, because I'm very interested to hear that.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
Let's hear a little more.
But the bottom line, it was my birthday. I was doing everything I could to have fun.
And
I
an
did.
extra slice of cake.
I had a good time. I had fun despite the fact of this manager. But like I said, what really bothers me, and you know what's funny about this is it goes back to what I've been saying for many years here on this program.
Yeah, whatever.
Nobody cares. Nothing. Nobody cares. If you cared, you wouldn't laugh like that. What's so funny about somebody getting upset because they didn't get their table? When you know you're right but then you call me a liar. You called me a liar. That's the thing that really gets to me about this. You called me a liar. I mean, it was the bottom line was they claimed they didn't have my table ready, but then on the other hand, they're going to call me a liar on top of it. And that was the interesting part that was not funny at all, was the fact that they called me a liar.
All right. Okay. I think we have it. So I called him a liar.
So just to be clear, this is the same place he ordered a steak, a baked potato, the soup, and 2 appetizers from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Now, you want to tell the folks what actually happened? It should be obvious.
I don't know that I get it, Steve.
He went to the Wheelhouse last year for his birthday.
Yeah.
And one thing he remembered was the complimentary slice of birthday cake. That's why that came up so often. So this year he went back and he put in for a table. And he waited as long as he was willing, which was well shorter than the estimated time frame.
Oh, okay.
Long before a table was ready for him, but he just couldn't wait any longer.
Yeah.
So he pulled up the text from last year saying his table was ready and presented it to the host,
Right.
who saw through the ruse immediately.
Yeah.
How could you convince someone he texted you when that person knows he didn't?
Fair point.
But now Ralph was in too deep, so he had to commit. So the manager shows up and calls him a liar in Ralph's telling. Now, I'm not sure that's what happened. He might have said, that's not true. This text is not from today. It's from a year ago, to which Ralph responded, are you calling me a liar?
Yeah.
One of those deals. To the mirth of everyone within earshot, of course, because here's a fat guy arguing for faster restaurant service. And might I add, in a mobility scooter, because Ralph Williams carts himself around in a Jazzy.
Oh, no.
He ate himself into a hover round. So if you're going to question why people are laughing, Ralph, you unwittingly created a comic scenario far funnier than anything we'd ever produce.
Yeah.
Have some dignity, have some humility, and treat people with respect.
I spent a lot of time writing that Austin Powers thing.
You just know this guy's eaten a lot of dinner rolls that have first taken a detour to the employee restroom.
Right.
If you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And I have a feeling we'll be talking about Ralph Williams a lot going forward in the coming weeks and months.